It's coming up to the end of January as I make this video, and I'm guessing that for a lot of you who made music-related New Year's resolutions, it's getting harder to keep those practice habits up. So how do you get that motivation back to keep going? Well, it's important first of all to recognise that motivation is a very fickle friend, and more often than not it'll let you down. You just can't rely on it being there for you, so what can you do instead? When you set your resolution, you possibly had a goal in mind, even if it was a little vague, maybe to finish the method book that you're working on, or get to the end of a piece, or maybe sit an exam. So first of all, now's the time to reconnect with that goal, remind yourself of why you're doing this. But then I want you to take it one step further. So what you need to do is think about the process that needs to be committed to every day in order for you to achieve that goal. And that's going to be different for everyone. Some people have an hour a day to practice, other people can only spare 10 minutes. And of course, circumstances can change from day to day as well. But once you've figured out what you need to do, committing to that process is really important. So it's going to be just a habit that you develop. Make it part of your daily routine. It's something like brushing your teeth or tidying the kitchen. And you're not relying on whether you feel like doing it or not. It's just something that's part of your daily routine. Now that's fine in theory, but of course in practice it can be really hard to do, particularly if the piece you're working on makes you feel a little bit overwhelmed, or it's difficult so you find yourself avoiding it. So here's a little trick that I use on those days. What I do is I commit to the smallest possible action. So that might mean committing to a single bar of sight reading, or just 2 bars of the left hand, or playing 1 scale. And once you've done that, if you really don't want to do any more, you don't have to. And sometimes that'll be the case, but usually what happens is once you're there and you've started, it doesn't feel like any great hardship to continue, and you end up doing a bit more practice. For me, I often commit to just sitting at the piano for 1 minute, even if I don't play anything, because I know that for me the hardest part is just getting myself to the piano. And once I'm there, usually my curiosity takes over and I start fiddling around with something. Before I know it, I'm practicing. But one more really important bonus tip: when you are practicing, start on the hardest thing first. If you can do it at all, locate what it is in the particular piece that's giving you trouble, begin your practice there. Save the playing through and the fun stuff for the end of your practice session as a reward, and do the more challenging stuff at the beginning when you're still fresh and you have the mental energy to really take it on. Talk soon. Happy practicing.